Hello. Uh, how you doing, Anthony Vargas? How y'all doing? Are you still here? What's going on? Mike Smith, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good afternoon. 1:48 p.m. on a Saturday. Sure is. Might take my time a little bit. How you doing, Mike Smith? Thank you for coming in, sir. I didn't get out in the heat today. I'm leaving, reading comments. People leave some nasty comments. People leave some crazy stuff going on. Hello, Mama Rages. Y'all driving to work? Mama Rages. Hello, ma'am. I don't know what that means, but are you driving to work? I'll try to figure it out, though. Good afternoon, Anthony Vargas. Doing good. Thank you. I'm doing good. You honestly think nothing Rome was built in a day? Unfortunately, to bake a cake takes certain ingredients, heat, and time. Time is the one lesson you haven't learned yet. Well, okay, Brandon. How much time do we need? Time's not on your side, that's for sure. I don't even want to waste time leaving a comment. In that video right there, y'all got that pinned link? Thank you for sharing it out, Mike Smith, everyone. Hello, someone somewhere. Someone somewhere. Are you in the heat? I was going to talk a little bit more about this other than the heat wave, but I was going to talk about the heat wave a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I'm not even really fully ready for this live stream, but I'll do the best I can. Hello, Darren Ortiz. What's going on? I don't try to be blinded, leading the blind or anything. I just know that superpowers are being enacted. The Genius Act. Now we have an executive order stating that homelessness will become a crime. What does everybody think about that? Ain't that crazy? The Bud Files, good to see you. Started using the cayenne pepper this week. Awesome. You're on your way. You can use it every day. You can use it a couple, 2 or 3 times a week. That's up to you, for real. Am I up to this live stream? I don't even know, y'all. But I'm alive and I'm live. I got a lot to learn at my age. You know, the grandfather, the grandmother, normally knows a lot more than the grandkids, you know. But anyway, I'm not going to stay on that one. It's going to be 100. Hello, Uncle Skin. What's going on? Thank you. Good to see you again. Thank you very much. Going to be about 100 here in Denver today, but that's nothing like 100 on the East Coast. 99 degrees in the height of the day, 95. I got about 98. Something like that. I just checked before I came live. Out on my back porch, it's like 98, y'all. And I'm not talking a lot about the heat, but I will go over it a little bit. I'm just trying to see if we can get some people to come in today, y'all. See that link at the top? I need this video. This video, y'all don't even know. It doesn't show it yet on the video itself. But the video has 2,600 views. And some people knows what that video means. There's timing in that video. People say, Super Dave, we're like 7 years from when that video was stated. Well, that's the thing I talk about, y'all. With these actors and actresses and years ago. Things that come to fruition in our time. There's a lot of people that don't see all that kind of stuff, y'all. I get it, but they tell us ahead of time. And a lot of us have been waking up to that, you know? So, yeah, I don't expect everybody to know. I wish y'all would share that video out. Help me get 50,000 views. Get people wondering, like, waking up, y'all. People's not waking up. There's a storm coming. I can't predict when it's going to be here. And I'm not talking about the heat either. There's a storm brewing with all these bills enacted. You've heard me state in the past, when they came after you, I wasn't there to help you. I didn't stand up for you. When they came after me, who did I have to stand up for me? They're going after the homeless people and stuff, y'all. There's like two sides to that story. I get it. Well, Super Dave, they got to clean the streets up of America, you know? They can't allow this and all that. Well, people are going to be put in institutions and criminalized and put behind bars. Is anybody starting to see the full picture? I mean, when they came after you, I wasn't there. I had nobody because I wasn't there for you. I had nobody when they came after me. All I'm trying to do, y'all, is use a little terminology and common sense. Put things together, you know? But anyway, let's go back to the live stream. I know I get carried away, y'all. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about it as we go along. It'd be awesome if I could get any and everyone to share that video out that's pinned right there. If I get, I'm not exaggerating. That video is capable of 50,000 views. Because it's up to 2,600 views right now. Well, Super Dave, you got almost 12,000 subscribers. I get it. But a lot of my subscribers don't even get notifications and stuff, y'all. It's been shared out a few times. The algorithm has picked up on it and is showing the video. All right, let me look at something, y'all. Mr. Super Sidewinder and Carol, how y'all doing? Will, how y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming in. Watch Woman of the Dragon. Hello, ma'am. His Highness. Ghost Rider requesting flyby. I thought I said something to run you out of here, and I don't even know His Highness. But thank you for coming back to the channel. Hello, Poor Dirt Farmer. Hot here, too. It is hot. It's like 100 degrees everywhere. Thing is get inside, y'all. Just like me right here. Going to be about 100 today in Denver. but nothing like 100 on the East Coast. Thank y'all for hitting that thumbs up. Like, boom. How hot is it? It's so hot, Miss Carol, that it'll melt the hair off your head. Is that kind of like, you so fat? I'm not talking about you. You know how it is, y'all. You so fat, you got weenies on the back of your neck. It's crazy, y'all. It's so hot, you can fry an egg off your roof. That's how hot it is, y'all. It's hot. What if the power went out? What if we all overloaded the system? You know? And it just, like, we're trapped indoors in the heat. We have to get under the shade tree. And we had to go like that for a couple of days, y'all. Which we know in their depopulation plan, they would do that to all of us if they could get away with it. Who's to say they wouldn't? Super Dave, you exaggerate a whole lot. I do. Because they wanted to depopulate us, you know. They probably know most of us would survive the heat. I mean, when I was a kid, we didn't even have an air conditioner in the house. Like a couple years in the house. And the house was getting up like 120 degrees when I was a teenager, you know. I've been there and done that, y'all. I'm a survivor. I'm still here to talk about it, you know. But would most people survive it? I mean, as long as you got running water and stuff. That's another thing. There's something about the water, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in and sharing your time with me, because I'm going to cover a little bit of stuff today. I wish I'd get some people to share that video out that's pinned right there. If I could get that all over the internet, y'all watch it and thumbs it up, I could give back to the community. That's why, if I had the money, y'all, I'd give everybody $1 that shared it out. I don't have that kind of money on me, y'all. It might get shared out 200 or 300 times. I'd be like, my account would be drained, y'all. In the situation I'm in today, for real. I'm just talking, y'all. It's true, though. Hello, Tonette. Partly cloudy and 75, an hour west of Denver. Oh, yeah, in the mountains of Denver, Colorado, it's still getting cold at night a little bit from what I see. I mean, but it's 100 degrees in the rest of the country. I was going to show a little bit about it here, but I'm just caught up in talking stuff, y'all. Hello, Stats. How you doing? Thank you. Is it hot there? It's 89, feels like 98, very humid. I remember the old Vornado fans running in the summer. I'm not going to ask y'all to share this stream out. I mean, I just wish I could get y'all to share that video. Is it pinned still? I mean, really. Why? Because I have 2,600, it says 1,400 views. The views have not caught up. That's why I tell a lot of you to get YouTube Studio. The YouTube Studio app. It'll tell you in real time how many views you have on a video. When you're watching your video, say for 24 hours, and you're like, I only got 200 views on it. You could have twice that many views on it because YouTube Studio will tell you that in real time. YouTube itself goes back and verifies and counts all these little views one by one. They're not going to catch you up until like the regular YouTube, until like 24 hours later. So just a word of advice, YouTube Studio app, tied into your YouTube, will update you and keep you informed about your videos. Even the average percentage of the video watched. Just telling y'all, in case you're a serious content creator and you want to know the information on your video, you get a little bit more on the YouTube Studio app. Just letting y'all know. Gulf Coast, Florida. It's 93, feels like 107. Hello, Austin Garrett. How you doing? I was watching you and Mark Robb the other night. I heard some terrible things from that girl that he put on. Oh, my God. That girl said some terrible things, y'all. That was terrible. And Mark Robb is right. The person saying some mean, terrible things. Good Lord don't approve of that, y'all. Thank you very much, Mike Smith. Thank you. It means a lot, brother. Thank you. Sharing my information I'm trying to put out there. I just feel like a storm is approaching all of us. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. It's going to be a bigger storm that most people have no clue about until it gets here. It's our responsibility, our duty, to try to help wake people up. No matter how we do it, I mean, we reach more people here on social media. You know what I'm saying? If we could just reach one more person. And I know, a lot of people got families and you're like, the family don't understand. The family thinks you're a conspiracy theorist and all these things. Well, you know, the good Lord's people, they wasn't always supported by the rest of the world. You know, what I'm saying is visionaries, prophets, they walked the world pretty much alone because only they understood. And I'm not saying we're visionaries and prophets. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we're more in tune of what's happening. We're more awake. And if we could just wake one more person up, we'd be like, man, if you could get one more person to start following Jesus Christ, just one person in your life, you know, you could stand in front of the Father and say, here is my seed. I produced one. One would surely be better than none. Just me, y'all. I mean, you don't have to believe like me. If you think you got to get 10, 20, 100, 1,000, I'm not worried about that. If I could just get one to wake up. Let me read the chat a little bit more, y'all. Noah was a conspiracy theorist, and then it rained. Hello, me. Thank you. Really? I don't know. According to the rest of the bunch, I'm sure he was. But he knew what he was told from God, right? But to the rest of the crowd that didn't understand what's going on, yeah, he's just conspiring and making something up. It's never rained. It's never rained. Did it ever rain before then? A lot of people say it did not ever rain before that time. And a lot of people, I heard this subject coming up, and I don't want to keep going deeper and deeper into it, but about the firmament. Just saying, y'all. I mean, that the rain and the water came from the firmament. It fell from the heavens, you know. The Bible, I believe, somewhere in there does say something like that, you know. So maybe he was a conspiracy theorist. I'm just here to talk, y'all. Happy Saturday afternoon, everyone. Get in from out of the heat. I know we need some sunshine, and you need to go outside and take your shoes off and ground yourself, and we all need some sunlight, and I get it. But we don't want to bake. I saw a lot of videos last week coming up that came out about China was baking at 170 degrees, 135, 138, 150 degrees. I don't even know if all that's true, if that's AI generated. I don't even know. I mean, but I don't want to put it out there because I don't know if it's true or not. But I do know the heat. Well, see, it kind of takes me back that China was experimenting with this fake sun or whatever, and they even talked about having a fake moon. Well, if they've put a fake sun out there, that would definitely cause an out of control temperature to the climate. You know, I don't know what's going on in China. I don't live there. And I've heard people saying, and I even asked this girl in a live stream that was in China yesterday, as a matter of fact. I was like, and she had to hold up on a sign that she's in China. She couldn't say the word, and she could speak English. And I don't know how much true it really was or is that she's in China. It's just another live stream on YouTube. And I asked her, I said, is it true? I put it in the chat because she only had like 8 people in the chat. I was like, is it true that China is depopulated? She read my question silently, but she said yes. I mean, so I don't know, y'all. I don't live in China. I don't know how hot it is. I meant to ask her about the temperature and the heat and all that, but I never got around to it. I remember that fake sun stuff. They had it up like 17 minutes. It was either 7 minutes or 17 minutes. I believe it was 17. It was like nuclear, you know, fusion or something. That's crazy, y'all. They even had a sun that they was putting here in America, like in the ground or something. I've not done a lot of research about it, but I remember over the years hearing about it, and the energy it would espouse out of it would be unbearable. I'm just talking. If anybody remembers, I mean, there's so much over the past 15 years, y'all, since like YouTube. What year did it come out? 2006? It's going on 20 years. Yeah, I still don't believe that TikTok is catching up. I looked it up the other day, like TikTok has 1 billion users and YouTube has 2.5 billion users, according to last year's information. TikTok might catch up, but I don't know. I'm not saying it will or outdo YouTube. I don't have a clue. But I'm right here on YouTube, y'all. Wild Country Daily Updates. I think our heart wave in Pennsylvania has let up. As of today, it's raining here all day. Thank you very much, Stats. Austin Garrett. Hello to everyone in the chat. John P., what's going on? How you doing? Yes, you was out riding that electric motor scooter a while ago, right? That bicycle. I was watching you, brother. Thank you for allowing me to share that link. Y'all see that link that's pinned there? I'll check right now. I'm like, man, I hadn't had a video to hit 2,800 views in a while. If you see the pinned link, it's not going to show you that many views because I have YouTube Studio. And I take my YouTube serious. YouTube Studio shows me the information in real time. The YouTube app will not, because it wants to count individually every view. What I need is that video being watched 100% to pull the average up. And I need a thumbs up on it. So if y'all will, it would be appreciated a whole lot. Hello, China, Miriam. In Pittsburgh, the insane humidity feels like the Caribbean in August. They are perfecting this frequency. They are perfecting this frequency. You got that right. I do believe that. China, Miriam. Let me check your channel here. I won't take but a minute, y'all. Happy Joy. Happy Joy. It doesn't say how many subscribers you have, though. But let me see. Real quick. One video. One child. 831 likes. It doesn't say how many views. I'm going to put new friend. Thank you very much for coming over and hitting that thumbs up. A lot of people, when they watch a video, don't watch it in full. And that's why your videos does not go viral. Your video needs 70% watch time. Miriam, Mike Smith, anybody in the chat that wants to put out videos, if you want to see it grow, the people watching it have to watch it over 70%. And a lot of people don't do that, y'all. I put out a minute video and get 33% viewing. Like, what kept the people from watching the rest of it, y'all? There's more information in there, you know. If they'd have just held on for like a few more seconds, they would have found that out, you know. For the super ladies, I don't put anything out but follow you. Carol sends us. Well, thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. You had a video, though. Yeah, you did. All right. Before I talk everybody to death, hello, Thigman. I meant to say you too. Thank you for coming in. What I see in the UK, they love him. Who are you talking about? I don't know. I'm glad, Austin, in your heart, you know that was the intent behind all freedom and happy. Enjoy where I am too. Well, it's all good, y'all. In Pittsburgh, the insane humidity feels like the Caribbean in August. They're perfecting this frequency. Yes, I agree 100%. You know, in the last days, the heat will be more intense. That the sun will burn or scorch. You might want to look it up yourself. I remember this from my whole life, being able to recite and bring back the things that I've learned. That in the last days, I don't know when. I can't predict. I don't know. I mean, 1/3 of the earth will be scorched. The grass will burn. Do we think our roofs on our homes will not burn? You'll know if it ever happens. Be like, man, why is my roof burning, y'all? Probably because we're in the last days. Unless they're using new weapons, y'all. It'd be like, if they burn out a whole community here in South Carolina, y'all better bet I'm going to be there. I'm going to be filming it or whatever and showing a little bit of evidence that I know what they've done, you know? Just saying, y'all. You're right, Super Dave. It makes a big difference if people watch videos to the end. I try to keep my videos as short as I can. I do too. And as a monetized channel, they say put out 10-minute videos and stuff. I rarely do. I put out a 14-minute video on central casting. It don't even have 1,000 views on it, you know? People don't like watch but 40% of the video. And that's the truth. If they'd watched all of the video, that video would have several thousand views, just in my opinion. All this is opinionated. YouTube, for entertainment purposes only. Because you're at Super Dave's channel and you get my opinion. Does that make sense? And I try to put out, you know, revelation. Yes, Stigman. Revelation. Put our trust in Jesus. I believe that. So you'll be ready. Let's share the first story I have today, y'all. Because we was talking about the heat, right? Let's just share the first story. Got a little background music happening. I wanted to take my time a little bit today. I know everybody don't have the time that I have today. Today I'm normally all over the flea markets. Today I'm normally in a park with my grandkids eating pizza from Little Caesars. Drinking ginger ale for $1.50 out of the Coke machine. Doing what I like to do on a Saturday, you know, but here I am today spending my Saturday with you all. And I thank you for spending your time with me. Appreciate you coming in, John P. Dangerous heat continues for over 80 million Americans. Dangerous heat continues across the U.S. as millions face feels like temperature reaching into the 90s and 100s. From the Southeast to the Midwest. I'll play that video in a minute, y'all. St. Louis, Missouri, which has been under the extreme heat all week, will continue to be under an extreme heat warning this weekend, with the feel like temperatures reaching up to 114 degrees. Feel like temperature, of course, you know, is the heat index. Places in South Carolina and North Carolina are also getting in on the extreme heat this weekend. And I live in South Carolina. In effect, for places like Myrtle Beach, y'all, and that's where I want to go. All summer long, I've not been to Myrtle Beach, and that's where I normally go, y'all. Times has been tougher, that's for sure. Places in South Carolina, North Carolina are also getting in on the extreme heat this weekend, with an extreme heat warning in effect for places like Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, and Raleigh, for feel like temperatures reaching 113 to 115. Heat advisories for feel-like temperatures, the heat index, reaching well into the 90s and up to the hundreds in effect for multiple areas, from Florida to Virginia, including Tampa, Savannah, Richmond, Texas to West Virginia, including Dallas, Oklahoma City, Memphis, Cincinnati, and Charleston, and for parts of the upper Midwest, including Pierre, Bismarck, and Duluth. Pretty much all of us. The Northeast was still warm, will be noticeably cooler and drier Saturday into Sunday because of a cold front that swept through. They call this a cold front, which had brought Friday storms for parts of the region. We've had this discussion before, y'all. We've talked about this. Let me read the chat a little bit. My old air company is getting a workout. My old air conditioner. Yeah. Thank goodness my central air unit's not that old. How old is it? Since 2017? What's that, like 8 years? Something like that. Going on 9. Let's play this little video. I usually try to zip through everything, y'all, and be in a hurry. But I'm not doing that today. It's Saturday afternoon. If you have something to do, please go do it, y'all. Let's play this video right here. Let's see what this lady has to say. A heat risk. It might show a commercial first. I don't know.
Let's get a broader look at a forecast here with Samara. She is here. She's got it all for us. Hi, Samara.
Hey, good morning, Will. That's right. We're going to be talking about the heat and also the flooding. I don't want to leave that out. We do have a flood threat right now. Places like Chicago still reeling. You all are under a flood watch down into northern Missouri. We have flash flood warnings in place as we head through this morning. Rainfall rates could exceed 2 inches per hour. Notice how these, but I also want to talk to the south about this heat here. Alerts lighting up the board. Heat advisories in orange, extreme heat warnings in that hot pink there, and extreme heat watches for places like Charleston, South Carolina, Memphis feeling like 103 as we head through your Saturday. And the thing about it is, it's very compounded because this is going to stick around through the coming days. Not much relief in sight. St. Louis, by Tuesday, you're heading to work, coming home, it's going to feel like 111 degrees. And you can see here, National Weather Service releasing this extreme heat risk. This is a level 4.
Is this like the new lockdowns? Just saying, they want to block the sun out, right? They want to keep us from getting in the sun. Just asking questions. Everybody stay inside, you know. Well, your body can endure quite a bit of this. Don't get out there and have a heat stroke. We need sunlight, y'all, no matter if it's 115 degrees out there. I'm sure this is like a way to, like, everybody saying, well, this is dangerous heat. Well, it's not dangerous to go outside and get in your car. I mean, really? We need sunlight, y'all. We're in tune with the earth. You know, a lot of people don't understand how much we are in tune with the earth. Mother Nature, you know, the grounding effects, the sun, the atmosphere, the animals, the way they behave. Humans may behave, you know, like animals. Not like animals, but like animals are behaving differently. When the atmosphere is going through something and the animals behave differently, are we as humans behave differently? You know, a lot of people don't think about it like that. We are in tune with this earth and everything about it. Am I not right? I like you taking your time the way you're doing today. I'm not busy today. I will hang out all afternoon with you. I'm not going to be here all day. Hello, Techno Hippie. Hey there, Laura K. Can't stay, but you had a Bible study. Well, ain't that awesome? I watched the replay. Well, thank you. Legendary Princess, hope you're having a great and wonderful day. Love you. Thank you. Love you too. Legendary Princess, I know my channel is a lot different than a lot of these young people's channel out there probably that you watch. And you're a young lady. I'm not trying to lecture you. I'm hoping that you're watching some of these things that we talk about. Because at your age, all I did was listen to Rush Limbaugh, a guy on the radio that I thought I was learning a whole lot from. I did when it came to left and right. But left and right is one big bird. We figured that out, you know. Back in that time when I was young, I didn't have it figured out back then. So you have an advantage, young lady. You really do. And I'm not saying everything I talk about is 100% true. All I'm trying to do is get people thinking, because sometimes I'm wrong. Let me finish playing the rest of this.
Out of 4. What does that mean? Rare long duration heat events.
It don't want to play.
Overnight, very little relief. So I really implore you to stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
And be careful.
And we were all reacting to the temperatures on the map there, Samara. Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Let's get a broader look at a forecast here with Samara. She is here.
Hello, Josephine Halley. How you doing, ma'am? Good to see you. Thank you. I hope you're still enjoying that beautiful Super Dave mug. For real, y'all. Good to see you. Thank you. Left wing, right wing. It's an ill eagle. You're right. Yeah. The bird is messed up, y'all. I wanted to talk about something else. Maybe everybody don't know about, and I want you to become aware of it. If you have tap water, I have well water at home, but they're talking about like these lakes. Why is tap water like the equal of these lakes and ponds and warm water and amusement water parks and swimming pools and stuff like that? Well, that I may not know the answer to, but I want to put it out here. It's information that needs to be shared. Can y'all hear me? Yes, I love my mother. Well, thank you. I got one more left, and I have not given it away, but I'm going to order more. The only way I would give this one away, which I know a couple people in my chat that hit me up with a super chat that deserves to be put in a drawing. But the only way I would get rid of this one is a $100 super chat. It's not going to happen, right? So I get to keep my last mug, y'all. At least for the time being. I just want to see my channel grow, y'all. I want to reach 12,000 subscribers and all that. I mean, I have goals too, you know. It's not easy. But that brings me to where I wanted to go, because I have a few subjects today I want to talk about. The superpower mug, glass, or collection. We're going to get more in, John P. Don't worry about it. I know it's taken a long time. I know that it has. And this is the way things have been going for me over this summer and spring. So, yeah. Did anybody give me a 5x5? Can you still hear me good? Thank y'all. Hello, Johnny Small Pepper, sir. Thank you, Chana, Mike Smith, Carol, Will. Thank you. Good to see you, Mr. Johnny Small Pepper. I don't know how you do it, sir. I'll say it again. I can't eat peppers like that. Chocolate. What do you say? I don't even know, y'all. I can't. My pepper of choice is cayenne. For real. But thank you for coming in, Mr. Johnny. As y'all see on the screen here, I don't even know how to say these fancy words. The brain-eating amoeba is a rare but deadly microscopic organism. It's recently been spreading through tap water. This is very important information, y'all. Hello, Burn. If you have tap water, be careful. Listen to me, please. It's been spreading. It's the brain-eating amoeba. And I even been wondering if this been planted in the water. Something I do. I think outside the box. It's been spreading through tap water in parts of the United States. This parasite can enter the human body when contaminated water flows into the nose. Typically during activities like swimming in warm, fresh water, or rinsing sinuses with unboiled or untreated tap water. Once inside, it travels up the olfactory nerve into the brain, where it causes a fast-acting and almost always fatal condition called primary amoebic meningeal encephalitis. Although infections remain extremely rare. Thing is they're seeing more cases of this year, y'all. That's why I brought this up, and it's being found in the tap water. Infections remain extremely rare. Recent fatal cases have drawn renewed attention to the risk of using unboiled tap water in the nasal. They've even come out with these products, how to flush and rinse out your nasals. I don't use anything like that. I wouldn't use it because you shoot water up your nose. And a lot of times, like if you're jumping from a boat, a pier, a dock, or whatever, at a lake or a pond, and you're jumping in, say, feet first, and the water goes up your nose, you're at risk of this. Just saying, y'all. How is it now, like from the lakes and ponds and places that used to be found in, now being found in the drinking water? I'm just asking questions, you know? That and standards of disinfection have been lowered on purpose. Think so, huh? I think you got a point. Let me finish reading. I just want to make everybody aware of this. I made another video of it. I didn't put it up because I knew I'd talk about it in this live stream. Although infections remain extremely rare, recent fatal cases have drawn renewed attention to the risk of using unboiled tap water in the nasal irrigation devices such as neti pots. The amoeba does not pose a threat when swallowed. It only causes harm when water enters the nasal passages. To reduce the risk, health officials strongly recommend using only sterile, distilled, or previously boiled and cooled water for any form of nasal rinsing. Source is for the Centers of Disease Control. The CDC. Drink it on an empty stomach. For real? I don't even know. Hello, Puck Elf. Good to see you, man. Thank you for still being a member to my channel. Thank you. That means a lot, brother. Thank you. Let me go back. And unshare the screen. I'd appreciate it if you're in this live stream and you'd share that video that's pinned. Because I can tell you how many views now that video has. Even though YouTube won't show you. I have 3,000 views on that video. What I'm trying to do is wake people up. People don't realize there's a lot of people out there. I'm seeing from the comments. They don't understand where I'm coming from. That was being said at the time that Hulk Hogan was alive. In that video is what I'm trying to say. If you haven't seen it, please give it a thumbs up and watch 100% of it. Because, all right, let me get over here. I should have shared myself out, but I didn't. I just wish I could get this video. You know, it's like some people see it and some people don't. Reason I'm bringing it up again, Mike Smith, or anybody that was here in the beginning, is because people's coming in and they didn't see the video. They don't understand where Super Dave is coming from. Hulk Hogan was alive in that video. what was said. It just somehow it's ringing a bell to me. It's like the storm is approaching. The storm is approaching. Hogan dies on Donald Trump's watch, I'll say, during his time. Well, people's like, it's been 7 years since he said that. Yes, it's going on 8 years. There's a lot of things I could connect. 8 is infinity, of course. And I don't read into a lot of these numbers, but I do know that Donald Trump number is 88. Just saying, y'all. There's a little bit more into this but people may not see the way I see. I'm trying to convince people that there's something to this storm that is approaching. That may bring me, if I want to discuss it and talk about these bills, this AI, this new system of government. The AI is going to do away with our so-called Constitution. You don't believe it? The AI, the rules and the laws are going to be different. Just like with these homeless people, there's a law, an executive order that's been signed. These judges, these courts have been moved out of the way to be powerless and not be able to stop what is coming. There is a storm coming. I want to play a video or two in a minute to kind of get to where I'm talking about. Okay, executive order to make the homeless people go into institutions, go to jail, get off the streets. I'm not saying the streets should have homeless people on it. I'm not saying that. There's a lot. What did they do? They wait until in the last how many days now? And this economy is what I'm trying to say, y'all. This economy has gotten worse. There's a lot of older people. I've watched this Miss Carol. She was showing this 76-year-old lady that lived in a house all her life. But in the last 2 years, she's been living in her car. She's homeless. This economy has half of the people that were homeless were like homeless before 2020. The other half of the homeless people has been in the last 5 years. Do y'all see where I'm going? There's a storm coming. Good to see you, Puck Alf, really. Well, ma'am. Yeah, Chana, Miriam. I'm trying to make sense. And that's all I try to do. I've been streaming 6 years. I never knew I'd come to this day and try to teach or show other people the things that I've been picking up on. In the beginning, I was like, no, in 2019, I will not get poked because we don't know what I was going to wait. I was like, well, I would just wait and see before I get in line and get the snake bite or whatever you want to call it. Things as I went along showed me that would be a bad decision, you know? And a lot of things people talked about even before I started streaming and trying to realize that something's happening in this world that's not in our favor. There was Agenda 2021. Owning the weather in 2025 or by 2025. There's papers on it. There's bills, whatever you want to call it. There's a manifesto, Agenda 2030, the Deagle Report. So many things out there, y'all. Hello, Curious Georgia. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Is it hot enough? Thank you for coming in, Curious Georgia. Yeah. Carnivore Joyce, good to see you. Thank you. Showing the deeds of the evil ones are what we are called to do. The price increases have caused the homeless population to increase a lot. Exactly. There are more homeless people today probably than I don't even want to give a speculation. Let me finish reading what you say. They sure don't need to be rounding them up and forcing them to go who knows where. If they get put in the hands of FEMA, that's a whole nother subject. And something else about these immigrants. Things that I've seen, this girl over on TikTok, she has these apps that she's following these airplanes. You know, the cargo planes where they open up and people can walk up a ramp and all that. And that over there in Spain, how many bodies has been rinsed up? Look, it's mere speculation. It's a whole nother subject. And I'm not trying to change the subject, but an ignorant people allows the government to run wild, you know? If they really find out that they're out there dumping them, immigrants, into the ocean, never to be found, sharks and all that, that's a whole nother subject, y'all. I won't get much into that, but who knows? I'm just saying there's a storm coming, you know? Let me read the chat a little bit more. Like Super Dave, you come up with all kind of stuff. Yes. If it's out there on social media and it's believable, and I'm hearing something else about TikTok will be taken down. 3 other things. Don't be on Telegram, WhatsApp, and Snapchat. Just saying, every little thing. That even the 3-letter agencies, according, they can plant or something, you know, in them Telegram and WhatsApp and Snapchat. Just putting it out there, y'all. But anyway, yeah, there are plenty of islands they could ship the immigrants to. Rocket Man, appreciate it, man. Y'all share that video out. At least watch it and give it a thumbs up. I don't think they're shipping them to islands is what I'm trying to say. There's this lady out here that's watching these apps and sees these planes out here. I need to find that stuff and show y'all every time I bring something up. Watching these planes go out there and make a circle and come back. And then we hear these reports over there in Spain and France and European countries that something's washing up on shore, you know, like shoes and things like that. I mean, just saying, y'all. I don't know. Before I go, I'll play a couple videos and try to make a little bit of this make sense. That's all. Try to make a little bit of it make sense. I'm going to present you one side of the story first. There's two sides to every story, y'all. And then after this video, I'll present you with two more, I believe, other videos of the other side of the story. It's up to you all to listen if you don't want to, whatever you want to do. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time this afternoon with everybody. Do a little short live stream and beg y'all to share my pinned link video out there, if you will. Just saying, y'all. At least watch it and give it a thumbs up. Greece is arresting immigrants like they should. Curious Georgia says prices went up again at my favorite butcher shop. Prices are going up every day. This man here says the homeless industrial complex has a meltdown regarding Trump's executive order on homelessness. This is not surprising, but also sad. 90% of the homeless population are drug addicts. This is what this man's saying now. This is not my opinion. This may not even be true. Not all homeless people are drug addicts. A lot of them are veterans. A lot of them now are becoming older people that can't afford to stay in their homes. But I was going to play two parts to the argument. I'm not saying we should have homelessness in America. You're not homeless, Puck Elf. You live in a camper, don't you? But anyway, 90% of the homeless population are drug addicts, and our federal government is relocating significant resources to help. I wish that's what it really was. It's becoming a crime to be homeless. I eat really good steaks from Dutch cows. A Thigman, when I have the money, I eat really good steaks too from the IGA. Because I trust their beef, it's like local, Just saying, y'all, if you have an IGA, they claim, I still think they put pink slime in their ground beef. Even though they will deny it, I still think they do. But something like New York strips or something from the IGA, I trust better than the Food Lion, the Publix, or the Walmart, or Aldi's. Just saying, y'all, because it's more local. And I see that from the vegetables, like collard greens and stuff that comes from this huge farm, like in Lexington, many miles from me. Raw's Farm grows a lot of the collards and the greens and the tomatoes and stuff that the local IGA uses, okay? Just saying, y'all. Let me catch up on the chat a little bit more. 5 pounds of roux meat today. Going to make cottage. Poverty and lack our choices. Well, let me see if I can get this video to play a little bit. This is 2 minutes. This is just one side of the argument. I'm not saying homeless people shouldn't be helped. If there's homeless people out there, they need to be helped. But I don't think they need to be put behind bars and treated like mental illness. See, that's what they're going to do. It's going to go deeper than just homelessness. I hear what people are saying. It's going to be like you say you're a burden on the system, say you're drawing SSI or whatever it is, and they think you can go work 10 hours a week, and you think you can't. Yeah. And then they're going to say, well, you can't support your family. That's where it's going. I hear what people are saying. I'm serious. Let me play this short video.
Day. They're saying things like it is hurtful and harmful and callous and cruel and mean and disgusting. Just the worst, most vile thing a human could do to another human, right? They just can't stand it, right? I agree with all those words, except those are all the words I would call them. There is nothing compassionate with allowing a person to live on the streets to slowly wither away and suffer and die. That is what they have allowed for decades. This new policy will end up saving thousands of lives, empowering thousands of lives to reach their fullest potential. This is a bold move and something I support. All this does is this is a pivot from the housing first model to a recovery model to help a person reach their fullest potential. And the first step to that is to get clean. And the fact is about 90% of the homeless are actively using drugs. I spent all day yesterday talking to the homeless, and everyone actually was very optimistic, saying, you know what? Thank you. I'm tired of being treated this way. I need structure. I need support. I need opportunities. I need purpose. That is what this will do. This also says everything you need to know about certain media types, providers, people, activists who just can't handle this. This tells me, this should tell you that they are part of the problem. If they can't see how this is actually going to make a real difference, that makes them part of the problem. And so shame on them. Shame on them for not seeing this. Because the fact is, anyone with common sense can and realize this is actually going to make a major difference, not only in the homeless person's life, but in the community.
I see your comments and I appreciate the comments. The executive order about homelessness. I realize that homelessness is becoming a big problem. Trash all over the place, even down on the border. I see hundreds of videos every day, y'all. Over a week's span time, I decide what I'm going to talk about. That's why I watch a lot of videos. Under bridges in big cities, all over the place, homelessness has really grown. Some people do have drug problems. Some people have mental problems. There are veterans, even veterans that have PTSD and different things like that. I get it. But if we're going to treat the homeless like a criminal and expand this thing out, even to homes, to people that can't hardly afford to live, and call them mental, it's really a word we don't use a lot anymore. but I'm using it because we all know what I'm saying. Not everybody that is homeless has the same problems. Just because you can't afford to live doesn't make you a criminal. Everything is going up around us. The price of food, the price of living, the electric bill, everything. Gas. You can't buy an alternator for your car at the same price as you did years ago. I get it. Inflation has taken over. And at a time, what I'm trying to say, y'all, at a time where everything has gotten worse, now they choose to have a bill in executive order where a lot of people can't really help themselves, you know? I was just presenting one side of the story, and I'm getting ready to present the other side of the story. I get it, Puck Elf. Then what? Are you talking to me? I'm trying to explain both sides of the story, Puck Elf. I'm not taking nobody else's side. I'm not taking your side, really, because I understand. It could go either way. I understand that. I, myself, could end up as a homeless man. Say everything skyrockets and doubles and doubles. They're doing this on purpose. You will be on nothing and you'll be happy. There's property taxes. People are being priced out of. They own their homes, but now the county and the state, they're running up property taxes out of control, where people can't afford it, and they're ending up homeless. Like in every category, not only the poor people, not only the middle class, it even is happening to rich people. Unless you're a millionaire, I say rich people. People that make a couple $100,000 a year, it's happening to. We're being priced out of the system, you know? The technocrats, the BlackRock, the Vanguards, the Rothschilds, the high elites, this is a driving force. When I talk about a storm is coming, you're going to wrap all this stuff into one conglomeration. A storm is coming. Don't get offended. Please don't use the F-bomb. Because everybody here, we all need respect. I respect you, you respect me. We respect each other, you know? I'm not rushing through the live stream. We're an hour and 18 minutes. I assume we'll be here about another 10 or 15 minutes because I want to show both sides of the story. You just heard what the man said. I played that by choice. I didn't say I believed everything the man was saying. I'm just presenting it as one side of the story, you know? The man saying it'll be good for America, you know, and things like that, and get people help. A lot of people don't want to be helped. I mean, I know that. What if you want to, you know, it kind of brings me back to a time where people believe like Democrats, you know, they want to push us into a re-education camp. Remember these things? I'm fully aware of all this stuff that I'm talking about. It reminds me of something like that. They want to re-educate. I didn't say it's the best thing in the world because some people will never be brought out of that. Especially if you're injured, you're hurt, you're bipolar, you can't connect, you can't get a job, things like that, you know? Just saying, y'all. I don't try to offend anybody. I try to be on a level playing field.
Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
We love you, Puck Elf. Come on, y'all. Be happy. Hello, Alan Childs. Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, Rocket Man, I love you too, man. Alan Childs, good to see you. I believe I was watching you not too long ago. No? Was that you? I don't think. It's kind of like another. I'm subscribed to you, though. You put out a video 2 years ago. I don't know why I'm subscribed, but I was thinking of somebody else for some reason, but we love you, Puck Elf. We love everybody here. Everybody has an opinion. You're welcome to your opinion. That's why I hadn't chose to lash out and say, be careful with your words, y'all. We have an opinion. We all have different experiences in life. I have to say, out of 35 years, my last 35 years, I was intentionally homeless with a wife and 3 children. Intentionally homeless. I did it intentionally because the good Lord led me to leave the situation 20 years ago that I was somehow in a situation that I didn't invite or anything. Just saying, y'all. But I felt empty. I felt lost. I felt afraid, and I felt scared to even be homeless for them 3 days and 3 nights. Why I say I was homeless? Because I gave up a home and not knowing exactly where I was going for them 3 days without calling it home for my children and my wife. And it's not because I was lacking. It was because the good Lord led me. So if you're homeless, I can understand maybe just a little bit of being afraid. Hello, Just Kip. If I can get y'all to at least share that video, watch it. It's in the pinned link. Give it a thumbs up. The reason I'm asking for a little extra push on that video is because it's got 3,300 views. And YouTube's not going to show you that. I see it in the YouTube studio. I just need it being watched 100% and hitting that thumbs up. And people trying to relate, to the video. Leave a comment if you will. Share it if you will. There's so many people that don't understand where I'm coming from in that video. I'm just trying to arouse a little bit of suspicion and try to get what small knowledge is in that video out there, It amazes me how people cannot see that a storm is coming. I want to play this video here I got on the screen. I said I'd play 2 more videos. I'm presenting 2 sides of the story is what I'm doing. Hello, Master Chef. Hey, Dave, I'm completely new to you. Just one question. The video you put up yesterday, the calm before the storm clip of Trump, how recently was that? 7 years ago. And it may have been even longer with the Macho Man. But can you not see? Do you not have? I'm not putting nobody down. The video has the Macho Man in it with Hulk Hogan. He just recently passed away. We had 3 in a row, right? Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan. Have we seen the storm? Some people saying 2019, the COVID was the storm. I don't believe for 1 minute that was the storm that is coming. I believe that the storm that is coming will involve how do I put this? And I don't think it's just a homeless problem. I think it's everything that we don't know about. There's an awakening happening. People are waking up to this stuff. The storm that is coming is going to involve all of us. Either we allow the storm to tear us down, not only ride out the storm, but be able to control the storm that is coming.
And balances would protect us. That lie rots in the dirt next to every other promise this system made. What we have now is a puppet show where all 3 branches work for the same goddamn master, Capitol. Courts don't block tyranny anymore. They rubber stamp it. Just this week, the Supreme Court gutted the power of judges to issue nationwide injunctions, stripping the only tool. That wasn't a misstep. It was a calculated move to presidents now operate like kings. With Project 2025 on the table, the plan is in motion to purge federal agencies, replace career officials with loyalists, and rewrite the government into a weapon pointed at the people. These aren't warnings. They're blueprints already in execution.
Are you not hearing the blueprint?
Refuses to act and smile while Rome burns. One side cheers it on, the other whispers about
the storm that is coming.
Norms while doing nothing. Neither will save us. Neither gives a damn about you or me. Balance doesn't exist when every lever is rigged. Justice doesn't exist when courts fold under pressure. Democracy doesn't exist when power consolidates unchecked and unchallenged. This is how fascism rises, not in a single violent moment, but in silence, in court rulings, in bureaucratic purges, in legislative cowardice. It's already here. Still think voting will fix it? Still think decorum will stop a machine built to crush us? There is no rescue mission. No branch is coming to defend you. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed to keep you obedient, distracted, and powerless. We don't have time to wait. Communities must become fortresses. Mutual aid must become law. Direct action must become instinct. Organize, mobilize, resist. They don't fear protests. They fear revolution.
They don't fear protest. They know.
Give them something to fear.
They know we outnumber them. The system that is coming, the storm that is coming, the AI, everything that will lock us in, the money. You can't buy, sell, trade unless you follow their steps. It's coming. People like, well, Super Dave, how do you know? How else is Palantir? How else is the money, the digital money? How else is the AI going to run the show unless we participate? We got to be in it. Guillotines, 30,000 that were ordered. Not sure if they have everything to do with this. But if you resist the new beast system that is coming in, if you resist the AI, we've been told, my mind is scrambling. I'm going through it over. I have a lot of information. I know the storm is coming. We was told by Jordy Rose, like you don't care about an ant. The AI is going to care the same for you. The AI, the machine, it's a machine, and the machine is going to run. What if you're being stomped on or you're participating with it or whatever you feel like? The machine has no heart. Everything that is being endeavored into this new futuristic system. A storm is coming. And this video, this live stream is not for shock and awe. It's to wake people up. I've been studying this stuff. I've been looking into it for years now. I'm seeing the changes. These bills, these executive orders. You don't have a Congress that can stop it. You don't have people voting on it. You don't have anybody hearing the concerns of the people. It's just a machine running roughshod over all of us. It's a machine. How do you compete? How do you challenge a machine? Let's say Elon Musk comes out with Terminator robots. I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying what I'm hearing and seeing all over the internet, that Elon Musk has this army of robots, and they've even talked about it. 8 billion robots, something like that, on the planet. That's a machine. How would we even? Oh, we got this last video. I just want to get everybody thinking today. And everybody knows, like in Revelation, in the end times, the devil, he's going to have ways of people, you know, like even the very elect won't know the difference. This is a new subject I want to talk about when it comes to central casting. And this ain't the live stream for it. But I want to give y'all a hint about it, because I appreciate everybody that follows my channel and allows me to vent. I may be partially wrong on some of this stuff. We don't know exactly how this new system and all this is going to work. What is the quantum tattoo? Yeah, Bill Gates even wanted to come up with that. Something like, you know, it would be on your arm or something. And I'm kind of moving around a lot. What I'm trying to do is say that the system will control all of us. We will not be able to compete. You'll do what they say. You own nothing. You'll be happy. The World Economic Forum, I feel like this is what Trump is pushing all of us into. The New World Order. We talked about this for years. The New World Order 2-3 years ago wasn't what we envisioned. The beast will have total control. How will we compete? How will we be able to say no to the system? Let me play this last video. People are paying more for real art now. If I can get this one to play, maybe it being it's the last video I got up here, maybe it will play. I wanted to see what maybe this man has to say. Yeah, let's see. The greatest mindset shifts the world has ever seen. Just because maybe I can't envision it 2-3 years ago, Palantir, you know, everything, this AI system, these quantum computers, all this stuff. CERN is tied into all this, CERN, into quantum computers, the D-Wave, you know, all these things. All this is a system, it's a machine. They're building it. It will have power over all of us if we sit back and allow it to go in full force. Hello, Naz Lover. I meant to say hello. Thank you for coming in. That video right here, I need this video, this pinned video shared out everywhere around the world. Some people have no clue, but some do. The calm before the storm. We're in the calm. We're in the calm. And there's a lot of channels. I'm not the only person out here that couldn't envision how this would go in the end of 2025, 2026. People talk about these numbers in 2027. and it by 2030, Agenda 2030. We talked about in 2025, the Deagle report, the depopulation. Nobody knows. Nobody seems to know except for these central casting individuals. I'll just put it that way. I'll give y'all a hint about the central casting at the end of the live stream if I remember. If I remember. Let me go ahead and play this video. If anybody or anything even could come close, it would be 100% accurate, to be exact. Anything you can read from the Bible, like in Revelation, the 10 horns, the days of short, the days will become shorter and shorter. Things like this. I mean, kind of like reminds me with this AI and this total control and all this stuff, like the Ahmadinejad over there in Iran, back in the teens of 2013, 2014. Ahmadinejad over there in Iran with the president. Not the Ayatollah, but yes, this guy with the beard and mustache, wanted to usher in, this prophet from the well, somebody we talked about not too long ago, if you know who I'm talking about. I'm not saying the AI will usher in the return of Jesus. I have no clue. I'm not there in the future. It's kind of like these other things I talk about. We're there, like in the past, but the future has already happened. They already know what's going to happen. It's already happened, and we just haven't caught up to it. That doesn't make any sense, does it? But you never know, like Trump said, bending time and space. And that's what CERN did, back in 2012? Bent time by a fraction. I get it. A lot of this is above some people's pay grade. I'm just using my common sense, y'all. I don't know. I'm just talking about it. But let's play this video, y'all.
This is your wake-up call. Right now, we are being called into the greatest mindset shift that the world has ever seen. We're being called to be our authentic self, not our religion, not our political structure. We're called to be authentically true to what we see. Everyone's being called. You see, Donald Trump is not going to save America. The world leaders aren't going to save our world. What's going to save the planet is the collective consciousness of truth. What we're battling is consciousness. What's taking our world, what's turning it into darkness is unconsciousness. And so as darkness comes in, people are moved to be more conscious. They're tired of being left. They're tired. Right. I spent years in a religion.
Let me pause it just right there a second.
Consciousness. what's taking our world, what's turning it into darkness is unconsciousness. And so as darkness comes in, people are moved to be more conscious. They're tired of being left. They're tired of being right. I spent 40 years in a religion not knowing who I was because I claimed I was a Jehovah's Witness. I was special. I was different. And I lived from that. When I left from that, I could see clearly. I could see wonderfully. I didn't need anybody to hold my hand. I didn't need training wheels. Did you guys see what happened with Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz? It's amazing what Truth did when Tucker Carlson got his training wheels off him from Fox News, Truth. And I remember he went up to Cruz and they had this interview. And he said to Cruz, are you in agreement with what's going on with Gaza? I mean, it's kind of like a genocide, right? And Ted Cruz, well, we stand with Israel. That's just a blank statement, religious statement, mindless statement. And he says, well, what does that mean? Well, the Bible says we stand with Israel. Who's Israel? What do you mean? We're killing people over there. Do you know how many people are there? Well, you don't know how many people over there. Do you know his truth, his authentic truth, completely demolished Ted Cruz's temple, completely humiliated him. We're all being called to that, guys. Look what happened. Look what happened in Mexico. Look what happened when the Mexicans came over and rescued the people from the Texas River. They didn't wait to be told. They didn't ask for permission. They didn't say, maybe we should knock on the door. They did the right thing. They answered.
Let me see if I can play this in the background.
Called to truth that was in them that is bigger than our programming. And they went over in that river. They risked their lives.
That's what I want to do is try to play that in the background, the audio, and leave this video up because I think it's informative. And if I can get to it real quick, thank y'all, Rocket Man. Yes, Hitler was an act. All actors, Walt Disney. Laura K, good to see you come back. Thank you. Religions are 100% cults, Rocket Man. Thank you. Well, this man's saying he's having an awakening, that he was a Jehovah's Witness for 40 years. I hate that it skipped that much. That's why I'm going to try to find it in the background and play the audio. That's what it is. I mean, the system. I can't explain it the way he explains it. Any of the systems, the religions, you don't have to be, I get it, in a religion to be a God believer. You know, I'm not saying that you have to be in a religion. If most religions are cults anyway. What I'm saying is any system that we're caught up in, like this AI and this system, the system of paying taxes and things, something we have to do, pay taxes. I get it. I file my taxes. I pay my taxes. We have to do, but the systems, you're caught up in these systems. What does that got to do with the storm coming? Let me find that video. Yeah, wake up call. Right here. I'm not going to be much longer, y'all. Religions, yeah.
This is your wake-up call. Right now, We are being called into the greatest mindset shift that the world has ever seen. We're being called to be our authentic self, not our religion, not our political structure. We're called to be authentically true.
Rocket Man, I know there's only one God. Psalms 83:18, it's in the Bible. And I believe that to be our only one God. Psalms 83:18, look it up. It says the Most High. The Most High, meaning one. You know, let me finish playing this.
To what we see, everyone's being called. You see, Donald Trump is not going to save America. The world leaders aren't going to save our world. What's going to save the planet is the collective consciousness of truth. What we're battling is consciousness. What's taking our world, what's turning it into darkness is unconsciousness. And so as darkness comes in, people are moved to be more conscious. They're tired of being left. They're tired of being right. I spent 40 years in a religion not knowing who I was because I claimed I was a Jehovah's Witness. I was special. I was different. And I lived from that. When I left from that, I could see clearly. I could see wonderfully. I didn't need anybody to hold my hand. I didn't need training wheels. Did you guys see what happened with Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz? It's amazing what truth did. When Tucker Carlson got his training wheels off him from Fox News and ended up having to stand on his own 2 feet, he stepped into his truth. And I remember he went up to Cruz and they had this interview. And he said to Cruz, are you in agreement with what's going on with Gaza? I mean, it's kind of like a genocide, right? And Ted Cruz, well, we stand with Israel. That's just a blank statement, religious statement, mindless statement. And he says, well, what does that mean? Well, the Bible says we stand with Israel. Who's Israel? What do you mean? We're killing people over there. Do you know how many people are there? Well, you don't know how many people are there. Do you know his truth, his authentic truth, completely demolished Ted Cruz's temple, completely humiliated him. We're all being called to that, guys. Look what happened. Look what happened in Mexico. Look what happened when the Mexicans came over and rescued the people from the Texas River. They didn't wait to be told. They didn't ask for permission. They didn't say, maybe we should knock on the door. They did the right thing. They answered the call to truth that was in them that is bigger than our programming. And they went over in that river. They risked their lives. They rescued those people. And they didn't even get so much as a mention on the news, not even a thank you. That's crazy, but we're being called to that. That is what's going to change this world. That is what's going to change everything. The collective consciousness of wanting truth. The truth will set us free. And there's one more. Look what happened over in Israel. Look at the Israel, not the Khazarian people, but look at the Israelite people. They were over there, the Jews. They were walking with candles and pictures of the people in Palestine, Gaza, who died. They were doing a prayer vigil. They said, the hell with our leaders, the hell with what's right in their eyes, the programming that they've been under. They said, the hell with it. And they went out there and walked and said, no, this is not us. This is not us participating in this genocide. We won't participate in it. We love those people over there. There's good people over there. We're not going to participate in it. All of us, as the world gets darker, the light gets brighter. Do you guys feel the light coming in right now? Do you feel the light of truth? Is the light of truth calling you right now? It is. It's calling everybody. That's why I said the darker it is, the greater opportunity we have to step into the truth that can set this world free. If we're really talking truly about awakening mankind, then we have to come out of our programming. It's not us against them. They are us. All of us were wombed into this earth through a womb. All of us drink the same water. All of us eat the same food out of the same ground, breathe the same air. How can we think we're different than them? They are us. We are them. We've got to step out of the programming. We got to step out of the religiosity that says us and them. Somebody else has got to die so that we can live. That's what my religion taught me for years, 40 years Jehovah's Witness. We gotta ethnic cleanse. So, Jehovah's got ethnic cleanse so we can live and we can be in a paradise all by ourselves. We're all the same. We are them. They were birthed like us. They're being called into truth just like us. All of us have to step into it. That's where we're all the same. We were all born into a limited idea, right? We were all born into this religion, this spiritual idea, this political idea. All are being called to step into authenticity within your soul. That truth will set you free. That truth will set others free. If we embrace it, if we say yes to it, if we're tired of our programming, if we're tired of codependency, if we're tired of social proof that I got to be socially correct. When we're tired of that, and this is what darkness does. Darkness makes us say, no, I'm done. I can't be separate. I can't watch people die. I can't see people starve. That's what darkness does. It moves us. It moves us from here, programming, down into here, heart, knowing they are us and we are them. Can we let go of our programming? Yes. Yes, we can let go. And this world can be a paradise. This can be heaven on earth. We can't let our world leaders, our religious institution, we support this. We support Ukraine. We support, no more. No more. Today, we say, I step in to my authenticity. I step into truth. I'm not codependent anymore on anyone, on any ideology, on any religion, on any political structure. I'm not left. I don't have to be left. I don't have to be right. I got to be me. I got to see it as it is. I got to accept truth. I got to be set free. I got to speak that truth. And then in speaking that truth, that gives other people permission to speak that truth. This is what is happening right now, everybody. We're being called into the greatest mindset shift the world has ever seen. This can be the Great Awakening. Will we step into it? I hope we do.
I just wanted to play that. Puck Elf, you can be civil without degrading anyone. I love you, brother, but the F-bomb is not welcome here. I mean, thank you for contributing to my channel in the past. You can decide to stay here or whatever. I mean, but I really appreciate all the support. This great mindset. Do we have to be a religion? Do we have to be part of the left, right paradigm, the scheme, all this stuff going on, Who's in here? In order to wake up and wake up everybody around us, do we have to be part of a system, part of a religion, part of whatever, part of the club down at the golf club? Do we have to be? No. Individualism, y'all. And I said I would speak about central casting because I've come to the end of the live stream. Let me go ahead and take this down. We all have to stand up for something or we'll fall for anything. We have to stand up for each other. We have to stand up for our moral beliefs. our values, our standards. I get it. If somebody next door down the street, their standards aren't exactly the same. They wasn't raised as good as you and I or anybody else. I get it. Some people's standards are a little bit lower because of situations in their life. I understand. But sharing truth, brings us to a higher standard. Realizing that the storm is coming. Oh, I've heard this, and I've heard this. And I've doubted, and I've doubted, and I've doubted that this storm is coming. Just like in Noah's day, they did not believe that the storm was coming. The storm that caused so much devastation to the earth. The great flood, it changed everything. It was the onlyest, greatest reset of all time. I didn't mean to make nobody mad, Just Kip. I'm sorry. I hope you're not mad. If you felt insulted, I never meant to insult you. Puck Elf, we love you. You're welcome to be here. Please, if you want to unsubscribe, you can. Super Day is moving. I'm moving more into the future. My channel's growing. I'm reaching more people. We're having bigger discussions. Okay, central casting, y'all. Which I still don't know a lot about. I'll admit it. It's more than we know. This is my opinion. These actors are more than we know. Well, what do you mean? This system is more than we know. Of course. Central casting, every part, every voice, every mask, every body double, all these actors in the script. Let me put it this way by using just a few words. It's demonic. People's giving me a new word to use, and I don't want to put it out there till I research it. Like these entities, shapeshifters. Sounds crazy. These reptiles, these people they talked about for years. Have we seen it yet? Does people know the truth? Who are these people behind the mask? Are they people? Are they demons? Are they entities? Going deep, y'all. Are they something we've never seen or can comprehend yet? People talk about a great awakening coming. A great awakening, maybe somewhere down the line. Some, like these people that are whistleblowers, let's say. Who's exposing the truth when it comes to these actors and actresses? What is the truth behind this central casting, this government? If you never seen it, you don't know the truth. I don't know still the truth about that. Just saying, y'all, I don't know. It could be demons from another dimension. And we just can't see them in bodily form or something. We can't lay eyes on God or we'll die. All I know is there's a storm coming. Think about it, y'all. And thank you, everyone, for coming today. And please hit that thumbs up. Because that's where my mind goes, into these areas of the unthinkable. And a lot of times I don't tell everybody stuff like that. I'm not saying that these people in central casting, these actors, I'm not saying they're God. I'm not saying anything like that. But there is a God. And the real one true God we can't lay our eyes on. Is there any way possible that these demons, these people, this script being played out, this movie, these characters, these actors, these actresses, are they from the the Federalization Galactic community from outer space? Or are they demons? I'm just saying, you know, it sounds crazy, y'all, and I'm not a mental case. All I am is a thinking individual, and I know that we live in the last days, and the devil will do everything he can to deceive us because he has only a short period of time. And there are things in different realms and things in different realities that we don't know and we don't see.